One thing he said he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
He said that?
He did. He said to me he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
Doing what?
P. Diddy believes he will be on stage at Madison Square Garden one day soon. That's according to his lawyer. Let's talk about it. This is Fresh Hip-Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes, P. Diddy, the disgraced mogul who beat the feds, is back in the news, courtesy of his lawyer, Mark Agnifilo. Him and his legal team done a great job beating the feds, where Diddy was facing a potential life behind bars. Just imagine Diddy locked up doing the Harlem Shake for prisoners. But Diddy's lawyer's been talking, he had an interview, and he's been speaking about what Diddy is feeling, what he's saying, and his plans for the future. Check out the clip.
I want people to know that I think that he has reflected on the blessings that he's been given, on the imperfections that I think he sees in himself. I think he wants to get out of jail, reestablish a loving, present relationship with all of his 7 children. He wants to take care of his mother. Does he want to get back into music? Does he want to get back into business? I think he's someone who is always going to strive to do something, exceptional and probably demanding and challenging. But I think the most demanding and challenging thing in front of him right now is to get back with his kids and get back with his mother and the people who love him and miss him.
So he's talked to you about getting back into music if he's released?
No. Honestly, he has not.
Okay.
One thing he said he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
He said that?
He did. He said to me he's going to be back in Madison Square Garden.
Doing what?
I guess being on stage, and I said I'll be there.
Yeah, fam. So Mark Agnifilo pretty much saying that Diddy is all focused on getting back with his family, his 7 kids and his mother. They've been away for some time now. Looking at his family for a short period of time in court is all he's had. He's not had a hug, a warm embrace from his loved ones. But personally, I don't know why Diddy allows this guy, because he must be instructed to speak to the media about Diddy, because he always says something that's a bit of a headline. And for me, I just don't believe this can be a mistake. He's a lawyer, but what does a lawyer always tell his clients? Keep your mouth zipped. Don't tell anybody your plans, because there will be a reaction. Now, saying Diddy wants to be on stage again in his late 50s after the backlash of what we've seen him do to young Cassie, who isn't innocent in this whole situation, let's keep it real. I really do believe they just need to read the room a little bit more better. But was he instructed by Diddy? Maybe Diddy wants to see people's reactions to the thought of him being back on stage. Maybe he heard about the reaction of people finding out he was innocent and felt like the whole nation was like, hey, this guy is not so bad. Now granted, we know the feds laid on the charges a bit too thick, trying to make Diddy out to be much worse than he actually is. But it doesn't take away what we saw with Diddy and Cassie and the multiple witnesses that have expressed that they saw that Diddy is a violent person, particularly to women. But Mark Agnifilo is not the only one that's been speaking about Diddy. Donald Trump was also asked, had there been many rumors of the old buddies Trump and Diddy that Trump was gonna pardon Diddy after Diddy's done maybe another year in prison. And here's what Trump had to say regarding that.
I was very friendly with him. I got along with him great, and seemed like a nice guy. I didn't know him well. But when I ran for office, he was very hostile.
He said some not so nice things about you, sir.
Yeah, and it's hard, like you, we're human beings.
Right.
And we don't like to have things cloud our judgment, right? But when you knew someone and you were fine, and then you run for office and he made some terrible statements. So I don't know, it's more difficult. It makes it more, I'm being honest, it makes it more difficult to do.
But more likely a no for Combs,
I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about George Santos?
Yeah, fam. Diddy talking bad about Trump during the election pretty much is coming back to bite him in the backside. You can actually see that Trump was even torn. He kind of felt sad that he can't pardon him or won't pardon him, most likely not, just based on how disrespectful Diddy was when he was running for president. And based on the pictures we've seen online, these guys have really known each other for quite a long time. It's not just a couple years or last decade. I mean, there's pictures going back, shows that Diddy looks like he's in in his 20s. It's not looking good for Diddy in terms of an early release from them prison bars. And of course, his old foe, 50 Cent, couldn't help but react to this President Trump interview. 50 posted this AI picture of him and Donald Trump together laughing, which you would assume is at P. Diddy. And 50 put in the caption, "Can you believe he thought he was getting pardoned? No, sir, you are not. You said very nasty things." Trust 50 to stick the knife in Diddy's back. I mean, most commentators do say that Diddy most likely is going to get maybe additional 2 more years to his sentence. I mean, theoretically, the judge can say, yeah, you can go. He'll be sentenced in October. That's only around the corner. But I believe there will be a real public outcry if Diddy just walks free in October. Most imagine that he'll do at least 1 year as an additional year. Then who knows, maybe we may see Diddy back on stage, Madison Square Garden. Hundreds of thousands of fans screaming his name, but I very much doubt it. Mark Agnafilo bringing out this information has got me thinking, is Diddy deluded? Does he think because he beat the serious charges that the people are still loving him like they did back in the day? Like he's just gonna leave court and people are gonna be cheering out, Diddy, Diddy. No, fam. I can't see Diddy even getting close to getting back to where he was at in terms of the public point of view. His image is fully tarnished. We don't look at him like that nice guy making people dance, who maybe is a shrewd businessman. After what Cassie was saying, he's a violent monster, not just to men, mainly to females. I wonder if his delusion goes as far as thinking that him and Cassie might even get back together. Nah, I don't think he's that bad. You would think all those drugs out of his system might have helped him think a bit clearly. But for his lawyer, Mark Agnafilo, to reveal that Diddy has kind of hinted that he wants to be on stage at Madison Square Garden, that huge venue. Obviously, he didn't say a time scale on it, but there seems to be a little bit of delusion, maybe just dreaming big. To be fair, maybe that's how Diddy has got to where he's got to in the first place, by dreaming big, seeing the impossible and making it happen. But I wouldn't bet on it anytime soon, especially not in the next 5 to 10 years. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. Get in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.